Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing this look right here, which is perfect for fall. It is dark, it is smoky, but it's more of those like burnt reddish brown tones, and I absolutely love it. You can wear it with a nude lip, you can wear it with any sort of fall deep lip, and it's just so perfect, and it's actually fairly easy to do. So I'm going to show you how to do it step by step. So if you want to see how to do this look right here, then just keep on watching. Okay, step number one, you know the drill. I'm going in with my Sigma Beauty eyeshadow primer in the shade Persuade, but any eyeshadow base will work. And I'm just going in with a light layer of this just to really conceal that eyelid, to make everything nice and even and conceal any discoloration. And now with my Zoeva 142 brush, I'm going to buff that out. I'm taking that all the way to that inner corner, outer corner, and then I'm going to run a little bit on that lower lash line. And now I'm just setting that crease with a eyeshadow that is similar to my skin tone. This is Brulee by MAC. You just want to do something matte. You can also use a like translucent face powder. This is just going to help with the blending later on. So I'm going to be doing a really dark sort of red brown smoky eye, and I do want the lash line area to be the darkest. So I'm going to go in with a black liner first. This is the Stila Smudge Stick in the shade Stingray. You just want to use one that blends really well and doesn't set down too fast. Okay, so for this, I'm just going to run a little bit of this towards the lash line. I'm not being too precise with this. And then before that has time to dry, I'm going to buff it out and up. Again, it can be kind of blotchy. We just want this to be diffused. And I'm just using a pencil brush from the Morphe Jaclyn Hill brush set from forever ago, but you can use whatever brush you have. Just something synthetic usually works best. And then I'm going to go ahead and apply that into my waterline. I'm doing the same thing underneath. I'm going to apply it in the waterline, and then I'm going to apply it right at that lash line, kind of messily. I just want to make sure this connects right here. And then with that same pencil brush, I'm going to buff it out. If you don't want it to be as smoky, you can go in with a really dark brown liner, but we're going to cover it up anyways, but I just want this to be pretty intense. Okay, so here is how everything is looking right now. Okay, so for the eyeshadows, you can really use anything that you have. Any of these shades that I'm going to be using in this palette are very easily duped, and they're in a lot of other palettes, so you don't have to use this specific one because I know it's kind of pricey. So I'm going to be going in with my Natasha Denona Biba palette, which is my go-to neutral palette, specifically for this deep red-brown shade right here, which I'll show you. Just really nice and rich. With that shadow, I'm just going to pack it all over the lid using a Sigma E57 brush. Really making this nice and opaque. So I want this to be really dark, which is why I'm starting with my darker colors first. If you watch a lot of my videos, I do my lightest color first. But I'm just going right over that wet base. So that way it really adheres to that liner and that wet base on the lid, but it's going to blend out nicely because we set the crease with a powder. So I'm getting all the way to this inner corner. And you can see I'm doing more pressing motions versus swiping because I don't want to get this everywhere, especially since I already have my foundation and concealer on. Just pressing that on the outer corner. I'm really bringing it kind of into that eye socket that I naturally have. Depending on your eye shape, you might want to bring this up higher. Okay, so I'm happy with that. So I'm going to take that same brush and I apply that eyeshadow just to the tip of the brush. I'm doing the exact same thing on the lower lash line. I'm just overlapping that black and I'm taking it all the way to the inner corner area. Making sure it connects right here. Now that we're kind of looking like Gerard Way, I'm going to fix a little bit of this fallout that I have before it stays there for too long and it's hard to remove. So I'm going to do that and I'll be right back. Okay, I should have waited to do my faux freckles, but it's fine. I'll add them back at the end. So yeah, now we're going to start blending this out. Okay, so first with no product and a Sigma E33 brush, I'm going to start diffusing this slightly. It's only going to blend a little bit because we packed it on so heavily, but it'll just make the blending a lot easier. You can see I'm just doing back and forth motions. It's just slowly softening that crease line. I'm going to do the same thing underneath. Honestly, this eyeshadow is just so pretty. You could easily do like a one and done sort of eyeshadow look with this if you just sort of mix this shade with your face powder for like your crease section, and it would be so pretty. I also want to do like a matte black smoky eye for the fall season. So if you want to see that, let me know. But you can see this is slowly diffusing out with just that one color. And I'm taking it pretty far down because we want this to be pretty grungy. Now I'm going to take the shade Freckle, and with my brush, I dipped in between Freckle and that first shade that we used. I just went back and forth to kind of create a mixture, basically a lighter version of this color right here. And then with a Sigma E36 brush, I'm going to start applying that directly into my crease. This has been one of my favorite brushes for so many years. It's just the perfect fluffy brush to do more detailed blending. I'm going in with a little bit more of that mixture and diffusing this out. And you always want to look directly forward to see where that eyeshadow sits once your eyes are fully open. That way you can take it up higher or reshape it if you need to. Okay, now for the lower lash line, I'm going to do that same thing. Taking it down pretty far. And then also blending right here. Okay, now with the shade Freckle by itself and a Sigma E35 brush, I'm taking a very small amount of this because I really don't want the crease to take over the look. I want the focus to be on the lid, but I obviously still want to blend it. So that's why I'm using such a small amount. I'm just doing back and forth motions, and it'll blend like butter because we already laid down that Brulee shade by MAC. It's not wanting to cling to my eyeshadow primer right now. So I just got a little bit more on my brush. I'm going to go right through here and bring this up a little bit to match the natural shape of my eye. Get some right here on the inner corner, and then with this shade alone, I'm going to buff it on the lower lash line. Okay, so I feel like I have a little bit of a spot right here that still needs to be blended, so I'm going to go in with that Freckle and the dark shade mixture, and again, just blend this out further. If you need to add more dark to it, you can. If you need to add more light to it, you can. Just keep going back and forth. And now with that Sigma E33 that is still clean, I'm going to further blend that out. That way I'm not adding more product to the look. If you find that you blend away the lid shade because some eyeshadows are a little bit more dusty, you can go back in and reapply it, but I feel good about mine right now. Alright, I'm going to hop off camera and get really close to my mirror and just perfect this. Okay, so I touched up a couple of my faux freckles, but here is the eyeshadow. I think this is just the perfect fall look. I'm going to do some mascara. I'm going to show you what it looks like with just mascara, and then I'm going to pop on some kind of mid-dramatic lashes. I don't want to go too crazy because I really want you to be able to see this blend, but let me pop on some mascara and let you see what it looks like. Okay, so here is the look with just mascara, and I absolutely love these type of looks with mascara only because you don't need to have the best lashes. Because that base color and the background of your lashes are so dark, it really doesn't matter. So I would definitely rock this with just mascara. I am going to pop a little bit of a highlighter on the inner corner to show you how that can brighten up the look while keeping it still nice and smoky. And for this, you can use whatever you would like. I'm taking Benefit Cookie Highlighter, which is a face highlighter. You can use eyeshadow, you can use a face highlighter. I'm just going to put it right there. So you see it just really brightened everything up. And for the lashes, I'm going to use the House of Lashes Allura Lights. So I'm going to go apply these and then I'll show you the completed look. And here is the look with lashes on. I feel like that just takes it to the next level. It just makes it a little bit extra smoky. But yeah, I hope you guys like how this look turned out. I really feel like it brings my eye color out and it's just so perfect for fall and winter months. If you want to see any more looks from me, then just let me know in the comments what looks you want to see, and I will see you in my next one.